Okay, so there are people, who argue about, like, why do gay people get their own parade? Or why does Black Lives Matter exist? I mean, don't all lives matter? Um, there's those type of people who don't seem to see the concern. And, you know, you might say to them, well, Black Lives Matter exists because racism still exists, because black people they face racism quite often, and it's a very pressing matter for them, and they are trying to end it. And they might say, oh well, white people experience racism too, we should go marching in the streets as well. And while I personally do agree that anyone can be racist, even white people can experience racism, even though I believe that, it is not nearly to the same extent. And it is not a current pressing matter. White people don't experience that like every single day. Whereas black people, on the other hand, it's common. And they might just be like, oh well, white people matter too. Like what? You can't just focus on white people who are racist. There are other racists as well. What about them? And I like to think of it like this way. Here's a little analogy here. Imagine you're in an emergency room, and there's you know people all around there for different reasons. One guy may have cut his hand open. Another guy could have just simply twisted his ankle. And then there could be a guy there with his entire leg off, and he's bleeding out. Now, tell me, who's gonna get more attention? Who's going to be treated first? The guy with the amputated leg, or the guy with the twisted ankle? Obviously, it'd be the guy with the amputated leg, because his condition, his situation is more important, and it's a more pressing matter. I mean, yes, the guy with the broken ankle, he's probably in pain. It probably hurts. But it is not nearly as pressing a matter as the guy with the amputated leg. And obviously, the guy with the amputated leg would get special treatment, like I said. I don't think it takes a genius to figure out this analogy. Obviously, the movement for African Americans fighting against racism, that would be compared to the guy with the amputated leg, because it is much, much more pressing and much more important and serious. The guy with the broken ankle is gonna live. He's fine. But the other one, it's a much more serious issue. It's just extremely important for them to deal with this. And obviously, people who aren't white being racist against white people, that'd be like the broken ankle, because yes, it's there and it can hurt sometimes, I guess, but compared to what black people face on a day-to-day basis, it is absolutely minuscule. It is so minuscule in comparison, so small, that it's not important right now. And a big difference in why this happens, well, generally speaking, there are more racist white people than racist other people. It's just how it is. But also, it has to do with people in power. And typically what I've seen is that people who are non-white, if they're in positions of power, I haven't seen a single non-white person that's in a position of power that is racist. I haven't seen a single one. They're all generally good people. Most of the racist non-white people would just be, average citizens. Not a single person in power that I've noticed that's non-white is racist. But on the other hand, there are so many white people that are in power that are racist. And that right there is the difference. That is what makes the difference. Why black people are fighting for them to be treated equally, whereas it's not really necessary for white people to do. You get what I mean? It's just a little rant. I hope you appreciate my analogy, and I hope you take it to heart. I hope you think of it. Maybe you'll understand more. I mean, there's a reason people do things, and I think it's just important that we understand fully why things happen and why certain people might do something whereas it's not needed for another group of people. You get my point. Yeah. I hope you took it to heart, but yeah, that's it.